Hi, Grand Traverse Young Life. My name is Erin Wanschura, if I don't know you already. I'm the area director for Young Life here in Grand Traverse and Leelanau County. And I just wanted to share with you guys this week and the next couple weeks too, scripture that's been encouraging me during this time. I really got the idea from Young Life leaders in our area who have been doing this for kids. They've been continuing to point kids to Jesus and show them how scripture and God is the same today as he was yesterday, as he will be tomorrow in a world that is changing nonstop. And so for whoever this will be hopeful for or helpful for, I hope God would use it. So in this time I've been praying a lot for peace and just kind of been hearing and understanding that I don't just want God's things. I don't just want his peace and his strength, but I actually want him, that he's the Prince of Peace and he's my mighty fortress, instead of just wanting his things all the time. I can imagine as a parent, if your kids just always wanted your money and your humor and your resources and borrow your car, but they never really wanted to be with you. And I think about that during this time. Like, I want peace, but I want the one who gives peace, not just the peace itself. So in that, I've been really spending a lot of time in Matthew 5 and 6, which it's called the Sermon on the Mount, a big sermon that Jesus gives while he's doing his ministry. It's at the very beginning of his ministry, actually. And he gives it specifically to his disciples, but there's probably a lot of other people around listening up on this mountain. And I think that if I want his things, if I want his peace and his strength and his blessing, that I have to want him, and I have to know him and know his way and how his way works and how his kingdom works. And so in a time where our kingdom feels like it's falling, the economy and money and schools and all that stuff feels unreliable and ever changing. What does Jesus' eternal kingdom look like? What does he want? What does he see for us? So I'm going to start with Matthew 5 and just read the first portion of it. In the next couple weeks, just take another chunk by chunk. So Matthew 5. Seeing the great crowd, Jesus went up on the mountain, and when he sat down, his disciples came to him. So imagine him up a little bit up on a mountain, so that he's away from the crowd, but people can hear him still. And then his disciples come really near and close to him, and he is telling them what it means to actually follow him, what life with him looks like. He starts like this and says, he opened his mouth and he taught them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you." I think the thing that has been encouraging to me about this is I know in my life I live in a lot of comfort and predictability, and that's okay, and that's kind of what the world tells you will give you safety and security. But Jesus says himself, like, until you're poor in spirit, you're not going to get the kingdom of heaven. Until you have to mourn, you won't even have to be comforted by this God. And so I guess I'm trying to lean into these times of uncertainty and feeling poor in spirit or weak or meek, to see that now I might get to see the kingdom of heaven a little bit more clearly. Until I actually need him, then I won't see him. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And until I actually live for him and live this out and trust him, I'm not just going to receive his things. It says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. That once I trust that I can actually be merciful towards others, then I'm going to see so much mercy poured out on me. Yeah. In a world of quick results and immediate things, Jesus' way is much more eternal than that. That the things that we're feeling right now are not the ultimate or the eternal. That the temporary feelings and circumstances that we're in right now could actually lead us to kingdom, heavenly, beautiful things that he has for us. So I am by no means saying that there's not real struggles going on right now. There totally are. But wanted to point us to Scripture and the hope that we have in following Jesus. So I hope that was encouraging for you. I hope you have a great day and be praying for kids during this time. Springtime is a hard time no matter what, with heightened suicide, depression, anxiety rates in the spring. That's my one prayer right now. Would you pray against anxiety and depression as spring comes for our high school and middle school friends? That's on leaders' hearts for sure. So, grace and peace.